Okay, so for some reason this week, like, news-wise and internet-wise was pretty insane. Like, there was just a lot of strange stuff happening, and I just want to share it with you. I want to giggle with you because I can't be the only one noticing just how crazy this week has become. And I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so we begin with an overzealous historian with a lack of personality going out of her way to literally cancel Genghis Khan. And that's shocking for multiple reasons, but number one being that the man has been dead for 792 years. But hey, maybe I'm just too small-brained to realize things, and I just need to read her tweet and maybe can understand her context. Thread: Genghis Khan did to Central Asia what Islamic invaders did to India, maybe worse. He single-handedly killed 11% of the world population at that time, yet some want to glorify him as a hero conqueror. That's your personal choice, but objectively, Genghis Khan was a barbarian. Oh, okay, so you're literally telling everybody what we already know about this man. And you're trying to cancel him on Twitter, like, what? I don't understand. Like, seriously, okay, you tell the world this. You make a giant thread, because this isn't the only tweet. There's multiple different tweets. Just her breaking down every single response that she's getting about people essentially saying, yeah, we know that he was a warmongering barbarian in the early 1200s. What are you doing? What does this tweet have to offer the world? And that very volume of conversation was so large that literally Genghis Khan was trending on Twitter, and this was her response. Who knew being against imperialism was such a hot take? Well, I'm sorry, sweetie, you've completely missed the beat. No one cares about your hot takes on imperialism. They simply care about your attempt at canceling a guy who's been dead for nearly 1,000 years, and then at the same time propping yourself up as an intellectual person, even though the information that you're sharing is essentially public knowledge and common sense. Yes, we all know that this man pillaged his way through Asia and into East Europe and is responsible for a lot of deaths. Everybody knows that, and people making jokes about how this guy is a Chad really doesn't merit a multiple tweet thread about the historical relevance of Genghis Khan and whether or not his actions should be revered in society. Literally no one's making that argument, we're literally just telling jokes. But by far my favorite response to this insane tweet is this. It's simple. What do you expect me to do about this? I don't know, go back in time and call him out on Twitter? Alright, who's been Yo, cancel him. Make sure you don't buy his new album or items or clothing. That'll really hurt him financially and put him in his place. I swear, I rag on Twitter a lot, but this moment was just perfect. Our next strange event of the week concerns a sad loss in the anime community. Kiss Anime has been shut down. It has been taken down by Japanese copyright law, and right now the anime community is mourning a serious loss. Now, to those who don't know, Kiss Anime was just a streaming website, but it had every single anime you could ever imagine. You could just watch it for free, and all you had to deal with was really, really gross porn ads. I'm sure we all know porn ads are pretty aggressive, but the ones on this website, oh my goodness, you could misclick and all of a sudden you're into a wormhole of Nutaku and just really, really gross flash animation. But hey, I dealt with it in high school, and so did many other people, because I didn't have $10 a month to spend on Crunchyroll or VRV, so I just dealt with it like everybody else, and it's seriously a sad loss because that was the introduction into anime that I took, other than watching Toonami at night on Cartoon Network. But with all that being explained, let me tell you why it was taken down. So, on the Kiss Anime Discord chat and on their Twitter account, they shared this message. At everyone, our files have been taken down by copyright owners, and Kiss Manga and Kiss Anime will be closed forever. Thank you for your support, and thank you for all those years. And the website looks like this. It's just blank, because, you know, you just can't watch stuff for free. And just Twitter has been hilarious. Just so many people bragging about whether or not they have VRV or Crunchyroll or Funimation, and just clowning on everybody who just relied upon Kiss Anime because they didn't want to spend $10 a month. It's so funny because, like Genghis Khan, this was trending on Twitter as well, and so many people who are just uninitiated with what Kiss Anime was extremely confused, and it was so hilarious to read all these posts. This one is a little less strange and just more infuriating, but I had to talk about it because it just came out of nowhere. Avatar: The Last Airbender fans are unhappy with creators leaving the Netflix show. Yeah, remember in 2018 when we were teased about a live-action, remake of Avatar: The Last Airbender being on, Netflix? Turns out that they were actually going through with that, and they still are, just without the original creators. And Avatar fans know what that means. It's about to be hot garbage. otherwise known as the live-action equivalent of, Legend of Korra. Anyway, this article goes into detail about why the two original creators of the show left the live-action, project. Some of those eagerly awaiting for a planned live-action version of Avatar: The Last Airbender on Netflix are now calling for a boycott. That's because the original creators are no longer working on that adaptation. Michael DiMartino posted an open letter on his website on Wednesday announcing that he and fellow creator Brian have exited the project. Many of you have been asking me for updates about Avatar live-action Netflix series. I can finally tell you that I'm no longer involved with the project. In June of this year, after 2 years of development work, Brian and I made a difficult decision to leave the production. Now, I read the entire open letter that he sent to all Avatar fans, and it's really heartfelt, and you understand why he made the decision. It wasn't like anybody on the show pushed him out. He left because he understood that the show wasn't going to be his vision, and I would have done the same. I've taken out a few quotes from the letter that I think is really important for me to, share with you guys, but I've already linked all the sources in this video in the description, so if you want to read the letter in its entirety, it's there. Just go ahead and click the link. Look, things happen, productions are changing, unforeseen events arise, and plans have to change. And when those things have happened at other points during my career, I try to be like an airbender and adapt. I do my best to go with the flow, no matter what obstacle is put in my way. But even an air nomad knows when it's time to cut their losses and move on. I also sought the wisdom of Stoic philosophers who were big on differentiating between what is within our control and what isn't. I realized I couldn't control the creative direction of the series, but I could control how I responded. So, I chose to leave the project. It was the hardest professional decision I've ever had to make, and certainly not one I took lightly. But it was necessary for my happiness and creative integrity. Writing this letter has left me with a very heavy heart, and I know many of you will be disappointed and frustrated by this news. I get it. I share your disappointment and frustration. I also recognize this creative setback is small compared to the problems we're facing as a society right now. Thankfully, Iroh offered some wisdom for that too. Sometimes life is like this dark tunnel. You can't always see the light at the end of the tunnel, but if you just keep moving, you'll come to a better place. I'd really recommend you guys to read the entire open letter because you immediately feel his emotion. You understand why he left the project, why he left the adaptation. He's not saying it, of course, but it's almost like Netflix just ignored him. They didn't really include him within the creative process, even though he's the reason why Avatar: The Last Airbender is such a great cartoon. It's such a great story. Seriously, if they go through with this and they actually publish and create this adaptation, this live action adaptation, I'm going to approach it with immediate negative energy because I know that it's inferior to the cartoon. But hey, I appreciate that he put this out into the internet, that a bunch of news organizations are reporting on it, because it's giving me a little bit of a warning, something for me to prepare myself for if I ever am interested in actually watching it, if they ever actually get around to creating it. I mean, seriously, I wish they did the same thing for Legend of Korra. It took me 2 seasons to realize how awful that show was. Seriously, I have yet to finish it, and I watched that in 2014 when it came out on Nickelodeon, watching all the new episodes. I still haven't finished the show. I heard that there's a spirit cannon in it. Like, Jesus, it's awful. So yeah, there you go. You have some 3 strange, really interesting instances of this week, I guess. I just wanted to share them with you because I thought they were really funny, or just really interesting, or slightly depressing concerning what's happening on Netflix and their adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, let me know in the comments down below, and leave a like if you liked the video. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, fam. I really hope you enjoyed this video and it encourages you to subscribe and like and comment, and maybe share to all your friends and family, and all the older people in the channel who haven't clicked the bell, click it. Look at this picture and click it. Make sure it looks like that so you can get my notifications every time. And yeah, with all that being said, seriously, let me know if you like this type of style of video of me finding strange articles or just strange things during the week and maybe sharing it with you. I don't have to make it a weekly thing. It could be on occasion when something crazy happens and I just talk about it, because I like talking about things. That's what I do on this channel. Some say I've been doing that for 3 years. I don't know. But you know what I do know? All the names to all the Patreon supporters who keep on helping me and making this whole thing work and making this channel just as amazing. And those names are Taki, Bunny Boo, Dustin, Canned Eggplant, Kyle, Hostmar, Keith Myers, Hannah, Pixie Art 5, Lauren Green, Catherine Taylor, Jason, Arrowlena, Rajan, Clara, John Robinson, Ethan, Vermont, Noobsler, Trenton Golden Trojan, Yeet Master, Arjen, Noah, Brody, Muffy Lou Who, Cleric, Sir Teacup, Immortal EXE, and Trey. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. And if you want to help support the channel, there's 2 links in the description. One to my merch store and one to my Patreon. Both funds go directly into the channel so we can maintain what's happening here. And as always, stay zesty.